All right, everybody, take two. Apparently, it's really driving me crazy. If you do not tell YouTube that your video is not for kids, basically, if it asks you every time you do a live stream, is this video for kids? Yes or no? If you do not click no, then it automatically disables the live chat. Thank you, everybody who had messaged me. Who would actually who would actually message me about that because I didn't know that that was a problem. Chats are back up and running, so thank you guys once again. Yeah, YouTube's really bad about that. It's actually, believe it or not, it's a law in California now that you have to let the audience know that a video is or is not made for children. So if you inadvertently do like I did, like a dunce, and forget to basically click that no, then the comments will be disabled. So we're back. We're back. It is definitely working, and yeah, I know it's really stupid. Whoa. Okay, my Fitbit just warned me. Woot woot! You've walked 35,000 steps. What? No, that can't be right. I know I did a lot of exercise today, but wow. Okay, well, hopefully this will motivate some of you guys out there. But you see that? 35,000, 53 steps. No wonder I was kind of binge eating tonight. Man, I really got to watch it. I can't believe that it's been that long. Cameron Cloud, hey Matt, long time no talk. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Apparently, I did very well with my exercises today. Wow, 35,000 steps. That equates to 5,115 calories burnt. Yeah, that's insane. I don't think I know I've never done 35,000 steps in one day. No wonder I'm tired, but we're going to press on anyway because a lot of you out there did not get a chance to attend the earlier live stream tonight. So I'm going to go into my YouTube memos here. Well, basically, they're just saved messages. Jason Grease wants me to show off my vinyl collection. I will do that, but that's probably going to be in a vlog. I don't know. It might be better as a live stream, but that's definitely something I'm going to be doing in the future. Okay, this was Yank One Fan UK or something like that. Yanks One Fan '09 was talking about me working at the variety store again, and I hope nobody up there is watching this because I am going to talk a little bit about that. I still have a chance to go work in Western New York, upstate Western New York. Same job I was doing before. Basically, it's the store, so it's going to be a lot of stocking, a lot of pricing, and also running registers at times. It's going to be a little bit of everything. But what I am trying to do right now is negotiate a fair wage because I was being paid minimum wage in that part of New York. Believe it or not, minimum wage is $11.20 an hour. It's going up. It's going up to $11.80 an hour. Yeah, right. Big whoop. What is that? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 cents. Whereas minimum wage, like near the city, is more like I want to say that's like $15 an hour. So anyway, just to make a long story short, I need to make sure that I'm going to be making more than minimum wage if I do decide to go back up and work that job again because it's a lot of work and it's pretty far from where I'm going to be staying. So gas money, the wear and tear on my vehicle, the wear and tear on my physical body, it's just not worth it for minimum wage. So I don't know yet what's happening with that. They are actively looking for somebody. So I'm hoping that either they can come up to a salary that is mutually beneficial for both of us, and if they can't, then maybe they can find somebody locally there that's willing to work. Because ideally, they want to get somebody. You know, this place is in Afton, New York, and they want to get somebody who lives in Afton because then they don't have to travel. They can literally probably just walk or maybe take a bus, a couple of miles from where they live, and it'll be a lot easier. And they, of course, could probably work for minimum wage, where working for minimum wage will barely cover the gas cost, especially if I take up my GMC Yukon Denali XL. Cameron Cloud, I'm good, mate. How are you, and how's the family and cats? Everybody's doing great. Baxter's been really clingy today. Milo is fast asleep on my bed right now. But yeah, we're all doing just fine. Chipley, 35,000 steps. Whoa, that's awesome, Matt. I am curious about Milo and Baxter. Yeah, doing just fine. Baxter's downstairs. Milo's fast asleep on the bed. Man, I'm telling you, that was a lot of work, getting up to 35,000 steps. I really can't believe I got that much. And that's probably why I had to eat a lot more tonight. And that's something that I did want to address, because there seems to be a lot of confusion about the intermittent fasting that I've been talking about and the actual physical exercise. As you increase your physical exercise, you definitely need to tone down the intermittent fasting. Now, in the past, I've said do both, and you can do both. But if you're really pumping out, if you're working like right now, I'm working out like a marathon runner would during training season. When you're working out like that, you really need to not only have the carbs, but you need to make sure you're ingesting enough calories. If you're trying to lose weight, just remember, you want to expel or use more calories than you ingest. Now, right now, I'm not really necessarily trying to lose any more weight. I'm actually happy with where I am. I'm like, in the mornings, I weigh like between 213 and 214. With all the muscle I've built, that's about right where I should be. So right now, I am aiming for a push. And if you're a gambler, you'll know what a push is. But for those of you that don't gamble, yay for you. A push means basically I'm ingesting the same amount of calories that I'm working off. So I figure with all the stuff I ate today, I probably ate somewhere about 5,000 to maybe 5,500 calories. And as of right now, I've worked off 5,100 calories. So once I'm done with the live stream, I'll do a little bit more walking, maybe a few more sit-ups or something like that. And I should be able to work off what I ingested today. Charlie Lipinski, yesterday I watched your video about the Dell Optiplex 755, the full tower from 2015, 2016. Yeah, I think it was even earlier than that. I want to say that video was probably about 2012 or something. You look very different since then, for sure. You look healthier and thinner, big time since then. Yeah, that was when I was at my heaviest. That was when I was over 400 pounds, and now I'm closer to 200 pounds. So I'm literally half the person that I was in that video. Star Patrol 70, hey Matt, Steve watching. What's the best way to take off old thermal paste? That's a good one. I actually addressed that earlier today, believe it or not. The best way I've found to take off old thermal paste is with Goo Gone and a paper towel. What I like to do is I'll break apart I'll unscrew the actual heat sink and fan, pull that apart, and generally they have old thermal paste on both the heat sink and the CPU. Now, when you clean it off the CPU, you do not want to spray Goo Gone right onto that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that paper towel, you're going to go ahead and spray the Goo Gone on there, and then you're going to rub in a circular motion on the CPU to get all the old thermal paste off of that. As for the actual heatsink side of things, you can be a little bit more creative with that. A lot of times I'll bring that over to the garbage pail, take the Goo Gone, spray it on there, let it sit for maybe 30 seconds or so, and then I'll take the same paper towel and wipe it off there. And that's really the easiest and the best way to get old thermal paste off. Now, if it's really old and it's been caked on there for years, you can do the same thing with Goo Gone, but instead of using a paper towel, you use one of those Mr. Clean magic erasers, and those things work great. Though I will tell you, if you use it to remove thermal paste, chances are you won't be able to get it clean, so you'll have to sacrifice that magic eraser, and they are not the cheapest things out there. Generally, they're about $2 a piece. So you kind of just got to decide, is it worth sacrificing a whole magic eraser just to get the thermal paste off? Sometimes it is. I mean, if you're refurbishing a computer that at the end of the day you could maybe sell for $200-300, then yeah, go for it. I would definitely. Awesome Computer says maybe ask for $15 to $20 an hour. My idea is probably going to be 15. I know they're not going to go for 20 an hour. It just can't happen. They don't have the budget for that. But at least 15 an hour. Any less than that, I'm probably just going to have to decline it. Nick Roberts, how many hours do you work? If it's like 6 hours, 5 days a week, that's not so good. Oh man, it's way more than that. I work. It's hard to judge because I work from home. I set my own hours, but I do work about 7 days a week. If you talk about on the computers, maybe 3 to 4 hours a day. If you're talking about like physical workouts, that's 7 days a week too. And generally, that's throughout the day. I'll get about 15 to 20,000 steps in. Now, I know a lot of you out there are going to say the same thing that Nick's saying. Oh, that's not good for you. That's overdoing it. But you got to realize something. I'm not going to be doing this for the rest of my life. I'm doing this right now because I am retraining my body in how to metabolize food better. And that's something I had to do for my health. Maybe in another year or so, I can start to calm down. I know I'll have to, because another year or so, I'm going to be pushing 40. And when you start pushing 40, you can't quite be as physically active as you used to be. Dabbler's Buffet. Hey, Mr. Roy, just saw your PC refurbishing tips video recently. Thank you so much for posting that. Well, thank you for watching it. And I'm going to try to do more of those tips and tricks videos, because I think a lot of you out there, from what I've read in the live chats and even on my comments, are trying to do the same thing that I am. You're trying to refurbish computers, and somebody out there are just trying to build them from scratch. What I'm kind of telling you here kind of works both ways. You can use that for refurbishing computers like I do, and some can even be applied to the new computer builds. Sonic Wang, thoughts on people who drink laxatives to lose weight? It's not a good idea. I do about 2 or 3 times a week. I take what's called psyllium fiber, which is still technically a laxative. It's like Metamucil. It's one of them. It's something similar to Metamucil, but I don't do that to lose weight. I do that because if I don't, I can't make a bowel movement, and that's a big part of the dieting and the lifestyle change, because I've cut out a lot of fats, which the fats help move things along, kind of helps lubricate your system, and I'm cutting those out, and I'm eating a lot of fruits, vegetables, some whole grains, stuff that's very binding. So if I don't do that 2 or 3 times a week, then I can't, go to the bathroom. And a lot of you are probably experiencing that too, if you're following the same type of meal plan that I am. So it is safe in moderation, but if you're using it like on a daily basis just to lose weight, that's not healthy. It really isn't. And the reason it's not healthy is laxatives dehydrate you, and if you're dehydrated, that can actually cause kidney damage over time. So be very careful with the laxatives. Awesome Computers goes, I don't really fix or build computers for money. I just do it for fun. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. It can be a hobby for you. For a lot of people, it is. That's the way it started out for me. When I was in high school, I used to rebuild computers, and I didn't even charge people half the time. A lot of times I would just take my old computer that I was done with, rebuild it, and give it to a friend or a family member. Only after I graduated and realized I can't keep doing this and live, then I need to start charging for my services. So that's great. If you, I know you're young. I know you're in high school. I think now you say you were a teenager. That's fine if you want to do it that way. But just remember, as you get older, and you start living on your own and you need to pay the bills, you're going to need to start charging for your services if that's what you want to do. If not, then just keep it as a hobby and maybe do it for friends and family. Mike Perrodin, I'm 65 and time passed fast. Man, I'm telling you, I'm 36 going on 37 this year, and I can't believe how fast it passed. It seems like those first 35 or so years just flew by. Though I will tell you, I've noticed as I get older, time passes more quickly. I missed the one from Cameron Cloud, but I know it has something to do with bowel movement. So let's be. I don't know if any of you out there are eating dinner or not. So let's not use the P word. Oh, you know what? Let's just say bowel movements. If you're doing a good bowel movement at least once a day, that's healthy. And believe it or not, you don't have to do it every day. I know certain people. I'm not going to name who, but only do a bowel movement maybe once or twice a week, and that can be fine for you too. It just depends on how fast your system is. Cameron Cloud, Matt, what's your long-term plan? Do you plan to move into your own place? Does your business have enough work you can live off it, or turn it into a proper business? Good question. Fair question. Um, I honestly don't know right now. The problem that I'm having right now is I have parents that are elderly. My mother, thank the Lord, is in good health. My father, not so much. My father, you guys know, has had some health issues. And yes, I could physically and financially probably support myself out there. I'd have to have a small house, maybe a condo, and it would be a struggle. And I would like to do that. But right now, I think I just need to stay put. And it's really a shame because it took me many years. Now, I don't like to talk about this, but there were many, many years that I could not live on my own. Most of you guys probably know by now that I do have what's called Asperger's syndrome, which is a very, very difficult thing to have. It's a mild form of autism. Now, most people that are like severely autistic, they can't ever live on their own. They have to live with family members. They have to go into group homes. I'm not that bad. I'm on the autism spectrum, but lower on it. However, being that I have Asperger's syndrome limits what I can do in person. Like I am very uncomfortable in large groups. I can maybe handle one or two other people at most. And even then, I have very, very bad anxiety. So for me, it's mutually beneficial to stay put. Now, when I was working in Western New York, I was staying with my uncle, and that was good. You know, I had a family member, I had a support system there. Um, am I afraid to move out on my own? To be perfectly honest, yes, I am, because I have moments where I have like panic attacks. I have severe anxiety still to this day, even though it's not as bad. I'm controlling it now more with different medications. Um, I don't know what the future holds. Right now, I think I need to stay put. My two options right now are either stay here, you know, work the computer business, try to build that up more, maybe even try to build a YouTube channel up, or I can go back upstate, up to upstate New York, stay with my uncle, and work the job at the variety store. I want to do something that where I can earn more money, because right now to live on my own, it would be a real struggle. If I can build this YouTube channel into something that can sustain me over the long term, that would be great. If not, I'll just keep this as a hobby and I'll figure out something else to do. I've had a lot of different things come my way. As a matter of fact, I've been watching a lot of people like Auto Auction Rebuilds, We Hustle Daily, that do car flips, and that'd be something I'd be very, very interested in doing. So the short answer now, I'll give you the short answer, is I don't know. We just have to see what the future holds. Dabbler's Buffet, hey, Mr. Roy, I have another tech question. So you know how Windows 10 has all of those settings which compromise the user's privacy and security. I was wondering, how do you know which ones to enable? Okay. The ones I generally disable, that's going to be the easier way to describe it, are the tailored experience, the location service, and speech control. And the speech control I do because that can actually control your webcam. Those are the only three that I disable by default. And if you do that, you'll be pretty good. But just remember, it wouldn't be a bad idea to set up a separate firewall, because if you're relying on Windows built-in firewall, Microsoft can easily circumvent that. So I don't know. I don't know. Nick Roberts, if you did daily vlogs, you would get way more subscribers and views in no time. Yeah, yeah, that would be a nice thing to do. If I could. Now, I can't commit to daily vlogs, mainly for two reasons. One, I couldn't film enough content to do it because the TVs around my house are always on. It's really the only place I could film would be in my room or outside. And number two is a time issue between working my computer business, making the YouTube videos, or at least doing the live streams, and working my exercises all day long, not to mention helping, my parents, taking care of my dad. That's all my time. So I'd like to try to do it. Maybe we can figure something out in the future. I do want to do some more food reviews. I hope you guys enjoyed the one I did the other night with the super chats. You guys were awesome. You guys got me to $20 in super chats, and I ate this Chihuahua exploding cold bar live, and this was really good. I'm going to give you guys a little close-up of this. See that chocolate bar right there? If you find this where you are, I'm going to see if it'll focus on it. Highly recommended. Not only is this actually healthy for you, this has really good ingredients. It actually tastes really good. It's premium 60% dark chocolate, cane sugar, cocoa butter, sunflower lectin, natural flavors, non-GMO, popping candy. Yeah, that was really good. That was actually like Pop Rocks. That when you put this in your mouth and you start to eat it, it like pops in your mouth, just like Pop Rocks or Rice Krispies. So this was actually really, really good. Oh, Charlie missed it when I ate it. Well, you can go back. You got to remember, my live streams are always uploaded after the fact, so you can watch them in their non-live state, and you'll be able to see it. I think it was 2 nights ago. Nick Roberts, do a weight loss video giving people tips to lose weight and showing your before and after would be a good video. I have to get a before and after picture. I do have several of them. And I have done live streams with that before, basically giving you guys the different tips and tricks. I don't want to say tricks because there are no tricks to it. It's hard. It is really hard to lose weight and keep it off a sustained weight loss. I can give you a few right now. Basically, the easiest part is you need to lose more calories than you're ingesting. So you need to work off more calories than you're eating. That's the easiest way to do it. And then adding on to that, you need to do exercising. So many of you out there have told me I can cut back on the food that I eat. I can get to the point where I run a surplus. So in other words, I'm burning more calories than I'm eating, but you don't want to do the exercise. And I am telling you, you have to do the exercise, if only to help firm everything up. Because if you lose a substantial amount of weight like I did, there's going to be loose sections of your body. And believe me, every time I'm in the bathroom naked, looking at myself in the mirror, I still don't like what I see. I see a lot of saggy skin, albeit, there's really no fat left, but there's a lot of saggy skin. Now, there are ways to firm it up a little bit. I am taking collagen pills. I do that every morning. I also been doing a lot of sit-ups because in my case, a lot of the loose skin is around the abdomen, and I can bring you down here a little bit, but you see like right here, I'm very thin or very narrow now on the sides, but you can kind of see the little poofiness there. Basically, that's just the stomach, and that's a lot of loose skin. That's all that is. I know I'm a little self-conscious. I probably shouldn't feel bad about showing my stomach on YouTube, but honestly, I just don't want to do it. I just feel too self-conscious right now. But may come a time that after I can get some of that off, I'll give you guys a before and after when I'm absolutely at the point where I think I'm not going to get any thinner and not going to get any better. But we'll tell you the easiest way to firm up those abs and obliques are doing sit-ups and crunches. Now you can start off with the crunches where you lay on the bed, you put your head behind your back, and you just, kind of go up as far as you can. I'm going to try something here real quick. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Bear with me. I got to take you guys, I got to take this off real quick. Let me see. Okay, I think this is going to work. All right, so this is what I do. To do the sit-ups, I'll lay on the bed, okay? Hands behind your head. You want your feet flat, so I'm going to go ahead and use the chair here. And you're just going to go up like that and try to keep your hands behind your head as much as you can. Just like that. Now that's a sit-up. Now to do a stomach crunch, if you can't actually do a full sit-up, go ahead, same position, and you're just going to go up as far as you can and hold it there for a few seconds. Go back down. Then go up as far as you can, hold it, and go back down. And that's actually going to help firm up your stomach. Let's go ahead and put the camera back where it needs to be. There we go. Hopefully you guys and gals heard me when I actually did that. Cameron Cloud. Oh wow, you got a lot of it here. The key is turning your weight loss into a lifestyle. And that's right. That's why I call what I'm doing a lifestyle change. We are so used to instant gratification from things, we struggle to put the motivation or effort into long-term gratification. 70% diet. That is absolutely right. We are part of the me movement, or the me generation. Me. I want everything. I want it now. I don't want to have to work for it. I want to get that instant gratification. And guess what, folks? It doesn't work that way. You can't get instant gratification all the time, especially when it comes to food. If you try to do that, you're going to fail, because you're going to want to have that extra candy bar, that extra donut, that extra piece of pie. And if you keep doing that, I don't care how much you work out, you're going to struggle to keep those pounds off. 70%. The XD Classic 80s song by Don Johnson. I don't think I've ever heard that one before. And yes, I know Classic Mobile Home is in the house. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to reply to your comment there. No, we do not roll that way. I do not roll with steroids. I don't recommend anybody do it. Especially, I'm not going to spell it out specifically, but if you are a guy, steroids can increase that part of a man's anatomy that he does not want to decrease in size. And that's all I'm going to say on that topic. So no, we don't roll with steroids on my channel. Slim Fast. Slim Fast is a great option as a meal replacement. You can use Ensure or Boost, all those nutrition protein drinks. They work really good, and believe it or not, they're very filling, but they don't actually spike your blood sugar generally, and they won't put weight on either. Matt, I've lost 180 pounds in 13 months. I highly recommend, if you want to tighten skin or develop muscle, watch Elliot Hulse. Has some good techniques. I appreciate that. As a matter of fact, what I am going to do, and even if I didn't pronounce that right, which I probably didn't, I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to that channel. Elliot Hulse. Maybe he looked. I'll have to look at his channel later. I'm going to leave that up, though. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that, Cameron. That definitely helps me out. Yeah, I got it. I just subscribed to his channel. Sonic Wang says, I heard the police or an ambulance in the background. What's going on? Well, where I live, there's a highway. There's a highway right outside my door, honestly. I don't know. Maybe the police, hopefully it wasn't a police chase. Maybe it was just they're trying to stop a speeder or something like that. Classic Mobile Homes down 250 from 260. That is very good to hear. Keep it up. I don't know how much you want to lose, but 10 pounds is nothing to sneeze at, especially as you get closer to your weight loss goals. It gets much harder to lose that weight. And I've said this many times, I'm just going to say around 213, 214, depending on the day. I would ideally like to lose about another 10 pounds, but I'm not going to rush it. You know, the last 10 pounds are the hardest to lose, and they're the hardest to keep off. Remember that. Awesome. Definitely, Cameron. I appreciate that. I'll message you on Facebook if I need anything. And it's great to hear that that you guys and gals are doing the same thing I am. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I don't know if it's coming out on your end, but I'm actually clipping a lot on this microphone. Awesome. Eric said, I did sell that computer for the full asking price. That's cool. I knew you would do it, Eric. Honestly, you almost couldn't with those specs. But you just got to wait for the right buyer. I mean, I have sold quite a few computers over the past few days, but it's a slow time of year right now. You got to wait for people's tax returns to come back in. Once that happens, they have a lot extra disposable income. You'll sell a lot of your computers quickly. Sloth, my long-term goal weight is 180, 185. Right now, I am 306. What's your height, Sloth, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, you just told me right there. 185. It depends on your build. 6'1", 185 pounds. That's very, very thin. That's super thin. For 6'1", I would say more around 200 pounds. I would say realistically, 200 to 210 pounds, you'll be good. 185, unless you are by nature a small bone person. 185 is very, very thin. Let's give you a example. I don't know if I want to say this. I don't think I'll mind. My uncle is a little taller than me. I'm 6'2". He's maybe 6'2 and a half, bordering on 6'3", and he's like 160, 165, and he's a beanpole. I mean, he doesn't have like an ounce of fat on his entire body. All right, everybody, I have to end it here tonight. As you probably can hear, I am definitely losing my voice right now. I've done a lot of talking today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We got a lot more viewers here this time tonight. Let me just make sure there are no super chats. Not this time. Thank you for coming. Please continue to like and subscribe. Yes, I do watch Linus's Tech Tips. Love his videos. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.